Glossary of narcissistic terms. Baiting. When the narcissist intentionally accuses you of something, or triggers one of your deep wounds to get a reaction. Blame shifting. When narcissists divert the spotlight off themselves, and onto you or somebody else so they can avoid accountability. Boundaries. The personal limits we set for ourselves within relationships, to be able to feel safe, including being able to say no when we want to. Codependent. When someone seeks safety, security, survival and love outside of themselves, rather than learning to fulfill those needs from within. Cognitive dissonance. When the mind has two opposing beliefs, but must choose only one so that it can make sense of things. It's a psychological state that makes you believe the narcissist is generally good, but just has bad moments, rather than seeing the truth of who they are. Devaluation. When the narcissist belittles you, and invalidates your feelings and experiences, to erode your self-worth and make you feel worthless. Discard. This is where the narcissist renders you irrelevant, because you no longer serve a purpose for them anymore. Enabler. Someone who allows, accepts and/or encourages the narcissist's behavior. Entitlement. When the narcissist feels they have a right to something, even if they've done nothing to deserve it. False self. The fantasy version the narcissist believes themselves to be, and how they want the world to view them. Flying monkeys. The people in the narcissist's life who they enlist to do the dirty work for them. Future faking. The narcissist will make promises about the future that they have no intention of fulfilling, just to get whatever they want at that moment. Gaslighting. A psychological tactic, used to gain control over the victim by slowly and subtly eroding their sense of reality, causing them to doubt themselves. Grey rock. To be so boring, bland and forgettable, that the narcissist loses interest and moves on to another target. Hoovering. Where the narcissist coerces a person, through seemingly innocent and kind gestures, back into a position where they can use and abuse them again. Intermittent reinforcement. A pattern where the narcissist punishes behavior that goes against their agenda, then randomly rewards them as they see fit. This keeps the victim in a perpetual state of anxiety, always wanting to please the narcissist to avoid punishment. Love bombing. Where the narcissist puts you on a pedestal at the beginning of a relationship, showering you with attention and affection. They want to secure you as an energetic supply as quickly as possible. Mirroring. Narcissists will observe what people like and are looking for in a person, then falsely portray that back to them to gain their favor. Narcissistic injury. When a deep emotional wound is triggered within the narcissist, causing extreme devastation to their pride and false self. Narcissistic supply. Anything that positively reinforces the narcissist's fantasy version of themselves, which is required to keep their ego's false self alive. This comes in the form of adulation from external appearances and attention. No contact. When a victim of narcissistic abuse chooses to sever all ties with the narcissist, due to having their boundaries systematically broken, over and over again. Projection. When the narcissist superimposes the very things that they are doing onto someone else, because they refuse to accept accountability. Now, their ego truly does see the other person as being the bad guy. So, the only way for their ego to extinguish those flaws from its false reality, is to line that other person up and destroy them instead. Scapegoat. The child in a narcissistic family who receives unfair treatment and harsher punishments. They are the dumping ground for the narcissistic parent's disowned shame and self-loathing. Smear campaign. The narcissist needs to paint themselves as either the hero or the victim, to control their public image. This is where they'll tell all and sundry their false version of events, making you the bad guy, so they can rescript the storyline. Stonewalling. The refusal to communicate with or acknowledge someone. This is a way for the narcissist to control the abuse victim's mental state by creating deep anxiety. Trauma bonding. An emotional bond that is formed between an abuser and their victim, through the recurring cycle of abuse, devaluation and positive reinforcement. Triangulation. When the narcissist brings in third parties to back up their agenda, and to further their victim's anxieties. Finally, word salad. When the narcissist creates mass confusion in a conversation, by taking the other person through a maze of topics. The person is so busy trying to defend themselves against false accusations, and address 10 different topics, that they can't even remember what the original conversation was about.